out on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I ain't got room for love. I don't need stars above. All I need is my precious space. Yeah, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. Today I will be doing a recap of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode 13, Chapter 1, Reset. Okay. I hate to say this again, guys, but this episode was not giving a whole lot. Every time they do a trip, a cast trip, it just takes so long to get to the goods. Like, you got to go through the whole arriving process, everything that happens leading up to that. And so, it just takes a few episodes just to really get into the good stuff. Okay. And let me start by saying some hellos, guys. Give me 1 second. Hey, Dee Dee, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Mama Beast, my moderator, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for everything you do. And hey, Sharon Gottwald, thank you so much for being here. Alrighty. So, okay. So again, the first scene just kind of started out with Shamia packing the truck, that held the goods that they were going to be giving away once they arrived to Grenada, or I guess it was actually going to be shipped there. So it was her and her cute little daughter. They were packing the truck, and then Kelly showed up to add her items to the truck. And eventually, Britt showed up with one box, hardly anything in the box. So it's just every time it's Britt, it's always giving broke. Every time it's Britt, it's like, girl, what are you doing on this show? Like, you are broke, girl. Like, you just, oh my gosh. I don't know how this girl got on this show. However, we'll get into Brit some more a little later. But Brit was still complaining that the, event planner ruined her party. But we know now that she hired an event decorator and not an event planner. And it's just the lies for me and defaming people's businesses. Like, girl, you can't do that. You know that this lady was not hired, you know, to be a planner for your whole entire event. She had nothing to do with the food. She's just a decorator. And not that, being a decorator does not add a lot of value to your event. It just depends on what type of event you're having. For some events, having amazing decorations is everything. Like, you don't need much else. But for something that's going to be aired on national TV, like, this should have been, she should have taken the time to do her research to make sure that she had an amazing event. And she just did not do that. She tried to cut corners. And this is what happens when you cut corners. And let me just say this about hosting events, because I've hosted many events. When you're hosting an event, the main thing that you need to invest your money in is the food, okay? The food, the DJ or entertainment, and then also the alcohol if you're going to have some, okay? Those are the top three things when you're hosting an event. And the main thing that you cannot cut corners on is the food. The food is going to cost the most money outside of probably the event space, just depending, but you cannot cut corners with food. But let's get back into this because I'm going off talking about Brit because that was just so annoying. And for her to still be trying to blame it on the event decorator. But the best part of that scene for me was Shia and her cuteness overload. Shia is so freaking cute, okay, and so smart. Hey, Sandra P, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Sound Check Annette, thank you so much for being here. So, yes, Shia is just so adorable. So, once again, Portia and Drew did not resolve anything in their scene because Portia always runs when the conversation get too heavy and people want to hold her accountable. But Portia, she always manages to either walk away, start crying to cut the conversation short, but she just never allows people to actually tell her how they really feel. Now, they will both have to, you know, attend another trip with tension. Because remember, the last trip, it was a lot of tension between Portia and Drew. So this trip is going to be the same way, according to this sit down that Drew and Portia had. And it's just really giving elementary school behavior for me. And it's just so childish. Everyone should be allowed to share their point of view without their bestie getting into her feelings. Like, what's the point of having a bestie? Like, this is supposed to be the person that you can talk to about absolutely anything, and, they not have a problem with it, but not in this situation. So the scene with Kelly and her brother Lamont, it was sad, but on the bright side of things, you know, even though it's not his responsibility, I am glad that she has the support of her brother to help her with her daughters. You know, Mark, her ex, is so effing bitter. It's just like, get over it for the sake of your kids. Like, he has three biological daughters and one stepdaughter. And just because his marriage didn't work out, he doesn't want anything to do with his kids. So it is what it is. But again, I'm glad that, her family is there. I know her mom plays an active role in helping her to raise the kids. And then now we see that she also has her brother. So, it is what it is. It hurts. But guys, I mean, you just cannot force a person that just don't want to be there. So on to Grenada. Okay. So the ladies are starting to arrive in Grenada. Portia is uber excited about the trip. It seems like with everything that's going on with the divorce, her friendships, etc., she really needs a vacay. So I know I had spoke a couple of days ago about Portia losing her self-esteem, not being in a good place, but this episode seems to start showing Portia when she's starting to come out of all of that and she's in a better place. Hey, Paula, thank you so much for being here. So, Portia is very lively. So, she seems to be in a much better place. And she did say that she told her team, her attorney, whoever the case may be, do not call her with any news about her divorce. Just handle it on your own. Unless it's a dire emergency, just make the necessary decisions. I trust you. Do what you need to do. Do not interrupt my trip. Like, Portia really needed this trip, so she is planning on not letting anybody ruin her trip. Okay. So after meeting with Angela, Phaedra shares some sentiments as many others, including myself, have shared about Angela. Phaedra said, Angela is definitely the oldest looking young woman I have ever met. And she went on to say, hopefully, her personality is more youthful than her face. Now, guys, you know, for Phaedra to say that after we've had conversations about, Angela looking so old and nobody believing that she's in her early 40s because she's definitely giving over 50. But hey, it is what it is. That man probably stressing her out and got her looking old, honey, because, honey, stress will do that to you, you know. But Angela definitely looks older than her age and she definitely has an old spirit. Okay. Now, I love the welcome to Grenada. I mean, it's almost making me want to take a vacation in Grenada. The stilt walkers, that whole show looks like so much fun. And I actually love when the way that they did the assigning of the rooms. That was really cute. And I like the fact that they switched it up a little bit because I just knew Portia would be with Phaedra. So that kind of spiced things up a little bit. And then Drew and Cynthia doing the whole arm wrestle thing because once again, Drew got the twin beds. So she said that she would arm wrestle Cynthia, but I believe she still ended up giving Cynthia the room. Like, Drew is so super sweet. I really do like Drew, you know. And Drew, in my opinion, she's really bringing it this season. I know that there are a lot of talks about them phasing Drew out, but if they did that, that would be a big, big, big mistake. It's almost like they're doing Drew the same way that they did Sweet Tea. Because I was noticing the verbiage that Kelly used, and she told Drew that you have an issue with everybody at the table except for Cynthia, and that's just not true. Like, I haven't seen her have any issues with Phaedra. I know Phaedra just got there. Her and Angela are supposed to be friends. I haven't really seen her. Let me see who else. She does have an issue with Shamia, Portia. Um, maybe slightly Kelly, but not really. So she's not the problem, okay? And Mama B says, but why is Phaedra being a mean girl? She didn't like it when the Married to Medicine ladies were mean to her. Okay, so honestly, I believe the reason why Phaedra is being a mean girl because that is her assignment. Keep in mind, Bravo is very messy. Okay. And Phaedra was brought there to spice things up a bit. The season is almost over. So if she doesn't come in, you know, with a lot of something, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's shade, whatever the case may be, like she's just going, the show's just going to remain boring like it's been the first 12 episodes. So I think that what Phaedra does, her shade, I think you know, it's classy shade. Like, it's not below the belt. And we have to remember that the OGs are known for this. That's where all of these memes come from. All of the OGs, like the shade of it all. So I don't think it's coming off as being a mean girl. She's just doing what the OGs do. You know what I'm saying? And we love that. I mean, what she said about Angela, everybody else has said. So she probably seen that somewhere on social media. So, Phaedra was getting her reads together. She's not saying anything that everybody else has not been saying about Angela. And she called Kelly um, something about on steroids, which Kelly does talk a lot. When she read the girls at the end of the last episode, everybody was on point. A lot of people did say that they never knew that, Angela was married to Charles Oakley. Even on Watch What Happens Live, I think her name is Layla Anthony. Anyway, she said the same thing. Everybody said they did not know that he was married. So it seems like his wife was at home and he was in those streets. He only brought her out when it was an event where she needed to be there. So, um, all of the girls are excited about Phaedra, even Angela Oakley. So I think that Phaedra is doing what she needs to do. I mean, they brought her in to save the show, so she got to come, with some energy. Hey, Cece, thank you so much for being here. Let me see what time it is, because now we're gonna go back to we have not talked about it on my channel, and we're just gonna briefly talk about the fact that Britt's husband is being sued by the golf course because he did not pay for that space. And remember, I told you guys that that would probably be the only thing that would cost more than the food, the actual space. So apparently, this space was supposed to cost him about $10,000 and he didn't pay. Like these people, they don't play about their money because first of all, they pay a lot of money to be in those groups and in those spaces, and those people have money. So $10,000 really isn't a lot to them. It's a lot to somebody who's broke. But at the end of the day, like, why wouldn't they pay? So everything about Britt and her husband is just giving scammer vibes, and it's just really ridiculous. And guys, let me say this about Cynthia. I absolutely love Cynthia. I love her energy. I love the fact that she is so comfortable being on this show, and she really doesn't have to work that hard because she's an OG and she's pretty much mastered being on this show. And Mama B says, please hit the like button, share the live, join the conversation. 9 likes and 10 in the chat. But let me also say this about Cynthia. One thing I like about Cynthia, Cynthia is not ashamed to let everybody know that, baby, she gets it on in the bedroom, and her man, he has to be able to put it down in the bedroom because when it comes to intimacy, obviously Cynthia does not play, and that is a requirement for her man. Okay. And every time she's having a conversation with somebody about dating, that always comes up in the conversation. So, up until now, Cynthia has really tried to keep the man that she's dating a secret. Okay. She's been very hush hush about her relationship with this new guy. But apparently, he was spotted at the airport with Cynthia. So I think at that point, it was hard to keep him a secret because they were being interviewed. Okay. Now, I want to give you guys a glimpse of who Cynthia's man is. Okay. So let me share my screen. And just like Cynthia said, this guy is nothing like anybody who she's ever dated. So, you know, and sometimes you have to step out of the box because sometimes we do get into the habit of dating the same type of guy, and we do need to open up our options. Okay. So, this is his Instagram, and his name is Lay Prince, and I think she calls him Australia. Is that what she calls him? Let me see. I'm going to show you more pictures, but basically, this is who he is. He comes off as a real goofy guy, but that's just his vibe. He's a musician, and they say he's very tall. Okay. I mean, he's not a bad looking guy. He just looks like an island man. He has very long dreads. And I think that's why he wears a hat sometimes, just because that I'm pretty sure that can get pretty hot. And if you look closely, you can see that she likes a lot of his pictures. So even when I wasn't 100% sure, when I seen the fact that her and her daughter was following him, I knew it was him. Plus, I seen him, in the video at the airport. But he's a musician and he's different, but if she likes it, I love it, okay? And they say them island men put it down in the bedroom, so I ain't mad at it. So that's her guy. And she seems to be really happy. He's a lot younger than her, probably at least 8 to 10 years. So she's happy. So yes, I just wanted to give you guys Amsterdam. There you go. Thank you for that, CC. So yes, she calls him Amsterdam because he's from Amsterdam. And that's Cynthia's new man. So again, guys, this episode of, the Housewives was not giving a lot. I guess they'll really get into the meat and the potatoes of, the Grenada trip on the next episode. So they're just getting started, but I looked up, I'm thinking, oh, it's getting ready to get good, and it was over. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, this episode was so boring. Other than Portia being overly excited about this trip, like she ain't never been nowhere before. And I know it's just because she's been so stressed out and she's just ready to have fun. And even I want to also say this, Portia did a live video. She did her first live video the other day. And again, Portia looked happy. She looks again like, she's doing well. She still has to face all of this divorce drama, but she looks like she's in a good place. So I'm happy to see that Portia is coming out of that funk and she's in a good place. Okay. So she's getting very comfortable on her new YouTube channel. She's excited about that. Um, so hopefully, we get to see once the show goes off the air, we'll get to see what she has going on her YouTube channel. I heard what's her name, Kenya, say that she's going to start posting on her YouTube channel again. I don't know why she stopped, because she definitely needs another stream of income with everything that's going on. But one thing I can say about Cynthia is that Cynthia is booked and busy, okay? What was the name of the movie that Cynthia just played in? That movie was really good. Do I have my notes? Did anybody see Cynthia's new movie? She has another one coming up, but Cece said they were all acting like they've never been anywhere. Maybe production told them to hype it up. It seemed weird. Yes, it did. And Portia was the worst. I know y'all seen Cynthia movie. Give me a second. Let me look up Cynthia's movie because her and Noelle, her daughter Noelle Robinson, is also in that movie. And it's really good. One second. Mama B says that she hasn't seen it. So did anybody go and watch Tyler Perry's She the People movie last night? I really want you guys to watch that movie and give me some feedback and let me know what you think about Tyler Perry's new movie. And then he has another, okay, Cece said no. He has another movie coming out called Straw. I'm going to actually watch that movie as well. Yeah, Cynthia is going to be in the movie Got to Get Out. Um, she's in that. And I was really excited to see Noelle acting. So the movie that I seen with Cynthia, it's called Different with Me, and that's on Tubi. So make sure you guys check that out. Cynthia and her daughter Noelle are both in that movie. So Cynthia seems to be booked and busy. She has her man. She has, she's doing good. So I'm happy to see that Cynthia is still able to get her coin. She doesn't have all of this drama like all of these other ladies out here. She's really pretty much living her reality without all of the fake stuff. So I hope that they allow her to come back. And I think she might be a friend of the show, but I really feel like Cynthia deserves her own peach because she is the least problematic and she fits in on the show. Even though she's older than a lot of the ladies, she still fits in. So maybe if she gets her own peach, maybe we'll get to meet her boyfriend. I don't know. Maybe that's why she's keeping him a secret because she's only a friend of the show. So there's really no need to share her relationship. But I believe if she gets her own peach, then maybe we'll get to meet her new boyfriend. I'm just saying. So let me see if there's anything else that I forgot to talk about. Yep, I think that's about it, guys, because again, this episode didn't really have a lot to offer. And I'm sorry, and Cece said, Cynthia usually bores me, but I like her this season. She's a mature counterbalance. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about her. Um, she just looks comfortable in her role. Like a lot of the women, they have to work really hard, to be relevant on this show, but Cynthia's good. So I definitely will be okay if she came back. So there's a little talk that a few of the girls got, you know, a call from Bravo to let them know that they don't have to worry, that they're definitely going to be called back. I don't know if I believe that because in the public eye, it looks like they're trying to phase Drew out. But Drew is one of the people that got that call, or whatever the case may be, saying that her spot is secure on the show. Her, Portia, and I want to say Cynthia. I can't remember who the third person is. So you just never can tell what Bravo is actually looking for when it comes to the housewives. So it's going to be a big mystery, as far as who comes back for the next season. Now, Portia did say that the reunion should be coming up really soon. So I am looking forward to that. She says that the reunion got her nervous. And I know that the final decision is made about who is coming back on the show by, how well they do on the reunion. I don't know why my computer is saying low battery when it's plugged up. Oh, I know what it could be. So, all right, guys, that is my time. If you did not like the video on the way in, please like the video on the way out. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.